Can I have your name, please?
Mary Winslow.
So, Mary, I hear you're a centenarian. How does it feel to be a centenarian?
Just wonderful.
I also hear you've got some certificates. Can we see them?
Yes, I got many from from the area and more.
I see it's from the House, your congresswoman.
And I see it's from the House, and there's the one from your congresswoman.
Huh? Are you... Township.
And we got one from your township.
And even one from the Philly Fanatic.
And even one from the Philly Fanatic.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite one out of all the certificates? Do you have a favorite one?
They're all special to me, every one of them, and I thank them so much.
And with the 100 years, what is your most memorable memory or experience out of all these 100 years?
Being with the family and enjoying all the activities that we had and seeing them grow up.
And what do you think out of that 100 years is your greatest accomplishment?
Was born, and I'm still in the same house. And it was remodeled, and we used every bit of it.
Well, thank you for taking some time to have me interview you. One last one. I hear that you also have a book that your family made you, if you want to hold that up. Right? And it's our 100th birthday, and I can tell that there's even more pictures in there. What was your favorite part of your 100th birthday?
At the Talma Hall Country Club. A great surprise. Everything.
She likes sports.
So I also hear that you like sports a lot. So what's your favorite sports team?
The Phillies is a number one, has always been many years.
Say, how about football? Do you have a favorite football?
Do you have and how about football?
That's right there too. They're both number ones.
So thank you so much, Mrs. Winslow, for taking the time to be interviewed.
It was my pleasure.
Can I have your name?
My name is Charles McRother, but you can call me Charlie.
And I hear you have a show here at Montco. What's the name of it?
The name of the show is Charlie's Classics, and it's on every Monday evening from 5 to 10 p.m.
And what do you like to play on this show? Like, what kind of music?
Well, the music that I play with what people consider classic rock, but I go a little deeper than most radio stations. And I do play the hits, but I also play other songs. I like to put different music in there just to get a feel for, how it sounds.
And what's your favorite song you like to play on your show?
Blowin' Free by the Wishbone Ash.
Is Wishbone Ash your favorite band?
Yes.
And why did you start this radio show?
Because it's always been a thing for me that I always wanted to be a disc jockey. And when I decided to come back to school here, I wanted to come back and learn things, meet new people, and to get on the radio. And luckily, I was able to do all three.
And I think you mentioned earlier, but just as a quick review, when can people listen to your awesome show?
My awesome show is on every Monday evening from 5 to 10 p.m. And it's also on Wednesday night at midnight in case you can't sleep. And also on Saturday from 5 to 10.
Of course, you can listen at moncoradio.com.
Music and minds meet. Where music and minds meet.
Well, thank you for taking the time to let me interview you, Charlie.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, Joey. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Can I have your name?
My name is Will McMahon.
All right, Will. And what's your major?
My major is sound recording and music technology.
And why did you pick that major?
I picked that major because I'm very interested in just recording music. There are a lot of artists that I've looked up to that have some interesting stories and how they got into it, and I wanted to explore that stuff on my own as well.
And what's your favorite club?
Favorite club currently is Monco Live.
And why do you like what do you do at Monco Live?
At Monco Live, our main goal is to kind of like be able to teach and also record and make music with people that are not just in the SRT, sound recording music technology department, but other ones too, like MSP, anyone. If you can play the piccolo and you're a science major, you can just come on down and if you want to be on a song, yeah, we come in there and we just help just gather people up for projects,
And why is this your favorite club?
I like it because I think it brings a lot of people together. We've had some really interesting mic technique classes and just learning more of the studios here at Monco. It gives us some extra time for people to actually learn a little bit, especially for SRT majors, to be able to get a better idea of the equipment that we use.
Well, thank you for taking the time to be interviewed, Will.
And thank you for interviewing me.
You're welcome. Can I have your name?
My name is Brahm Elijah Bean.
Okay, Brahm, and what's your major?
Sound recording and music technology.
And why did you get into that major?
Because it's freaking dope and awesome, and I love music, and I would be terrible at a 9-to-5 job, so this is what I do.
All right. And I see you play the guitar. All right. Why did you start playing the guitar?
When?
Why?
Oh, why? Oh, well, back in 3rd grade, I signed up for orchestra, and I signed up to play the bass. Back then, I actually thought that the bass was the guitar, so when I got there, I was kind of disappointed. But, I ended up loving the bass. But, I don't know, I guess I love the guitar because it lets me be, theatrical, and it lets me, be performative and stuff. And I can just do a lot of cool, chord things with it. And you can do a lot of stuff with harmony, and it's also, very rhythmic, too. It's more rhythmic than a piano is, which I like.
And what's your favorite song to play on the guitar?
Oh, right now it's Feb 14 by Cavetown. It's a very hypnotic, fun song to play.
Are there any other instruments you like to play?
Yeah.
The whole list, man.
Okay. I play bass. I like to play bass, electric and upright. I love singing. I like to play piano. I haven't practiced in a while, so I kind of suck right now. I used to play saxophone. I actually want to get back into that because apparently the ladies love it now. They did not back in high school, but things have changed. Yeah, that's all.
Can you play us a tune? Because, just play us like a riff or something. All right, can you?
Yeah.
Let's see Brahm in action.
Hello.
There you go. Well, thank you for playing us a tune, and thank you for taking some time to be interviewed, Brahm.
Thank you for interviewing me.
You're welcome. Can I have your name?
My name is Brett.
All right, Brett, and what's your major?
My major is sound recording technology.
And why did you get into sound recording technology, or SRT?
Well, I was walking through the halls one day. I started as a science major. I knew that I didn't want to be a science major, and I was walking through the halls of the ATC, Advanced Technology Center, and I ran into some people in tech services, and they told me about the sound recording technology program, and ever since then I switched my major, and I've been a sound recording technology major.
And what's that cool piece of music technology you have there?
This is an Ableton pushpad. I can hold it up.
And what do you like to make with your make with your Ableton pushpad?
Well, I like to make beats with my Ableton pushpad, and Ableton is not limited to just beats. You can also mix full songs. You can record things. You can do all types of crazy stuff. So it's awesome.
And what got you into playing that pad, or the pad in general?
I've always wanted to make music ever since like a young kid, because like I grew up listening to a lot of music, so I wanted to recreate my own version of that. And I started on a software called Logic Pro X. Actually, I started on GarageBand, and then I got Logic Pro X, and then I was using Pro Tools as well for a long time. And then all of a sudden, some people were introduced me to Ableton, and at first I just like couldn't. I just didn't have the time to like fully embellish myself in that program. I didn't have it. I had Logic Pro, so I was using that. And then I finally got the chance to get Ableton and the pushpad, and that was due to just a long-awaited, right time, right moment type of thing. And it took a minute for me to get it and to be able to be fluent with it. But now that I'm over the hump, it's really cool.
And do you work with any other electronic music equipment?
I do. I'm a sound recording student, and at the school they teach a lot of like engineering work, like studio engineer work, how to run studio sessions and work the soundboard and edit songs. So I do a lot of that as well. And sorry, what was the question again?
Do you work with any other?
I work with any other?
Electronic music.
Yeah.
Like the pad, like anything else.
So,
with the pad?
Yes, and going back to what I was just saying about like the studio engineer work, I actually do use this as a soundboard as well to mix stuff and to engineer. So I use this for multiple purposes, and I don't really have any other like devices that I use. Like the Ableton Push is really like my main device of choice, just because it's so versatile and like I can do so much. I don't play instruments. I really just use this, and it has every single instrument that you could ever imagine, and you can make any instrument as well.
No, I know you do a lot with the electronic, but do you know how to play any like conventional instruments, like a guitar or drums or bass or something?
I have some understanding of music theory. Like I know that songs in minor are like a little bit more, can be a little more depressing, and like songs in major can be like a little more happy. It always depends though on like the chord, but in general, like I just kind of like, I don't know anything. I don't know how to play. I can't play a piano I can't play guitar, but what I can do is I can sample myself playing a guitar. I can put that in Ableton, and then I can play the guitar in Ableton, and I can also warp the sound and do crazy things with it. So I can't play a guitar conventionally speaking, but I can play any instrument if I put it in Ableton.
All right. Are you part of any clubs here at Monco?
I am part of a club at Monco. I'm not part of any other club except for Monco Live. Monco Live is a club that it started off as it was called like Performance Recording Organization before, and it was just like this old thing that we just couldn't get it really rolling. It was meant to be like a place for studio engineers, sound recording students to kind of group together, and it didn't really work out that well. So me and a bunch of other people, Joey, you know what I'm saying, Ricky, Will, Justin, like we all kind of got together and we were kind of like, yo, let's try and get something going on. So we created something new, something different, and that was Monco Live. And Monco Live is basically not limited to just sound recording technology students. It's for anybody who kind of wants to get together, who thinks that they're missing something. Like some people here, like I'll give you an example. Like some people in the club don't know how to like engineer really. They're kind of new into the sound recording program and they want to make songs. They want to kind of see somebody who like knows how to do certain things. So in the club, we may have somebody who's like really fluent in something that somebody's not. And so easily through the club, you know, we meet up on every Wednesday at the same time. So everybody's there. You know, we can kind of figure out like, yo, like if you don't know something, I know how to do it. So we can teach you. And like it's kind of like a place for people to kind of just connect minds and like really figure out things that they may not know, but somebody knows it in the club. So it's kind of just creating an environment, you know what I mean?
And what compels you to, you know, be part of this club?
It's something that I wanted to. I just wanted it to be like successful because the opportunity that's there with this club being successful is far beyond anything that people can really think of, because it's just nobody's really doing it. Like there's so much resources here, and there are plenty of productive things going on with the resources here. There's tons of different clubs and other things going on, but I don't see any clubs in the studios that's directed to making music, creating performance opportunities, doing, you know, workshops and all stuff like that, separate from classes. Classes are different than what Monco Live offers. You know, it's like we do workshops, but we don't do the stuff that you learn in class. We do things that you may not learn. You know what I mean? Things that people ask questions about. So it's just a really good learning environment.
And do you hold an officer position in this club?
I do. I don't like labels or names, but I am the president of the club. Everybody works just as hard, so it's not just me. But yeah, I'm the president of the club. We all work together to create the club and to mold it into what it is. And I think that it's going good. You know, like we got a lot of stuff planned, and you know, the future's bright for it.
And what's your favorite part of the club?
My favorite part of the club is the community and the people in the club. Like we got a good group of friends, and like that's the basis of the club is the connection and the relationship that we have with each other, and that when it starts as a small knit group of people, and you have a good relationship with a small knit group of people, you know, when you start to expand, like people start to see like that energy, and that energy is, if it's good, then it'll grow good.
Well, thank you for taking the time to be interviewed.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for taking the time to interview me.
No problem. You're welcome. So what's your name?
My name is Noah Barajas. My pronouns are he, they.
And what's your age?
I'm 20 years old.
And what is your current major?
My current major is computer science, but I'm thinking of also double majoring in sound recording and music technology.
And so why did you choose computer science? Like what got you into that to make that your major?
I've always been interested in how computers work, even from a young age. You know, I remember one time when I was maybe 8 years old. I would, I spent an entire like recess period talking to a teacher about like the idea of how robots work. Just out on the playground.
All right. You also said you wanted to dual major in SRT. Why did you pick sound recording technology?
I really like music and sort of the creative process behind it. There's a lot of like indie artists that I look up to quite a bit, and I like to be able to have some sort of impact in the musical industry, whether it's through music production or audio engineering, anything along those lines.
So I guess you got to take some classes at Monco. So how many semesters have you been here so far?
This is my second semester here. My first semester I did all online classes, so I wasn't here on campus. And now I have some in person and some online classes. So I'm participating more around here.
And what was your favorite class?
Oh, that's tricky. Probably right now my favorite class is probably my bio class. I'm taking bio 121, and I really like really any sort of science, but it's natural sciences as well. Yeah, I tend to like learn the information really quick just because it's interesting to me. I mean, not to brag, but I've gotten on the 2 unit exams there's been so far, I've gotten a perfect score on both.
Congratulations on that, and I hope you enjoy it here at Monco, and thank you for being interviewed.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
about 38.